In this video, I'm going to answer the question, what is the subconscious mind? By looking at 3 different analogies. 1. A computer's databank. If you watched my recent video, you know that our mind has a lot in common with modern-day computer technology. But which part of that technology is synonymous with our subconscious mind? Well, the subconscious mind is to us as a databank is to a computer. Just as a computer's databank stores all the information that will be referenced by users, our subconscious mind stores all the information that will be referenced by our conscious mind when we're having an experience. For example, in its database, Google has identified and stored the definition of ladybug. So when a user goes to search and types in ladybug, all the information Google has stored in its databank on ladybugs will be returned to the user. The part of Google that holds all this pre-existing information to return an input, or the part where all this information is coming from, is synonymous with our subconscious mind. Like Google's databank, our subconscious mind stores all our learned information and keeps it readily available to send forward when we're confronted with an experience that calls for it. For example, if someone asks you to multiply 5 times 10, you resort back to your subconscious mind where you have stored your learned abilities to apply multiplication. You apply multiplication and then return the answer. Google and other vast databanks of the internet are pretty much just an extension of our subconscious mind as they allow us to retain more information outside of our mind's limited storage capacity. 2. A projector. All the information we have stored in our subconscious mind heavily influences our perspective of the world. It dramatically shapes the world we live in and the world we see. Did you know that when you go to the movies, what you are seeing is the projection of a string of film? There is a long string of film that is ran through a projector and projected on the screen, which presents the movie. The content of that string of film is the movie itself, just in the form of data on strips of film. Well, just as the data on that film is projected into a unique, one-of-a-kind movie, the stored data in our subconscious mind is projected into the world in the form of a unique, one-of-a-kind individual. Our subconscious mind is just like the film, but instead of projecting a movie, our subconscious mind projects us. 3. Your personality. Your personality is like your personal reality, and your personal reality is a projection of your subconscious mind. Things that define our personality, such as our opinions, beliefs, preferences, vibes, social behavior, and so on, are all housed in the subconscious mind. As a record of your past experiences and learned behaviors, your subconscious mind is like a massive book with your name as the title. It is your recorded history from the moment you were born up to this present moment. And this book of ours heavily influences our perception of the world, which heavily influences who we become. How we perceive the world around us depends more heavily on how our subconscious mind interprets the world than it does on the world itself. In other words, we don't see what we are looking at. We see how our subconscious mind has interpreted what we're looking at. And those are 2 very different things. Well, because we all have different past experiences and thus different information stored in our subconscious mind, our interpretation of the world is unique to us. This unique perspective of the world is our personality, and our perspective comes from the subconscious mind. We all have a subconscious mind, so we all have a personality. And we all have different information stored in our subconscious mind, which is why we all have different personalities.